Alcohol, safe dose, health risks, and long-term damage. Today, you will finally understand the truth behind the question, is there really a safe amount of alcohol? Before you hear anything else, let me hit you with a brutal fact. Most people who drink moderately think they read completely safe, when in reality, the newest scientific evidence shows the opposite. And the most dangerous part is that alcohol doesn't to destroy your life suddenly. It destroys you quietly, invisibly, one cell at a time. So let me ask you something powerful. If the damage happens slowly, silently, and often without symptoms, how would you even know when you cross the line? This video answers that, and what you discover here might change the way you look at alcohol forever. Let's start with the question everyone asks. Is there a safe dose of alcohol? For decades, people believed that a beer a day, a glass of wine with dinner, or just drinking socially was totally harmless. Some even thought alcohol could be healthy. But then something changed. Scientists started tracking huge populations, brain scans, genetic markers, cancer rates, mood disorders, and the hidden biological effects that alcohol causes even at low doses. And after years of research, the conclusion became painfully clear. There is no completely safe level of alcohol for the human body. That doesn't mean one sip will destroy your life, but it does mean that every dose has a cost. And the reason is surprisingly simple. Alcohol is literally categorized as a Group 1 carcinogen, the same category as tobacco and asbestos. It's also a neurotoxin. It reduces neuroplasticity, impairs memory formation, inflames your gut, disrupts your microbiome, weakens your immune system, elevates cortisol, lowers testosterone, damages your sleep cycle, and for many people, triggers anxiety, depression, and emotional instability the next day. And this isn't internet talk, it's measured physiological impact. But let's break this down a way that actually makes sense for your real life. The real question is, how much is too much? And the truth is hidden in something most people never consider: the reason you drink. Some use it to fit in. And this matters because the psychological reason behind drinking is what determines whether alcohol becomes harmless or destructive. If alcohol is filling an emotional gap, providing stress relief, helping you interact socially, numbing anxiety, or helping you fall asleep, that's when even small doses can become extremely harmful. Not because of addiction alone, but because you are outsourcing emotional regulation to a chemical. But let's get even more specific. Scientists now understand that alcohol creates damage long before you ever feel it. A single drink also disrupts REM sleep, which means even if you sleep fine, your brain repairs less, your mood worsens, and your concentration drops the next day. Alcohol also increases dopamine sharply, followed by a rebound crash that leaves your brain in a deficit, and that's why many people feel anxiety or emotional heaviness after drinking, even if the night was fun. And then there's the long-term risk. Even moderate drinking is associated with increased risk of cancers, especially breast, colon, liver, and esophageal, cardiovascular issues, high blood pressure, liver fat accumulation, and cognitive decline. You may think, but I'm young. This doesn't apply to me. The problem is that cumulative exposure starts early, and your body remembers every drink you've ever had. So let's return to the core question: is there a safe dose? Here's the truth. The only biologically safe level is 0. But here's the part most people misunderstand. This doesn't mean you need to become a monk or never drink again. It simply means that every drink has a cost, and you should choose consciously, not passively. You need to understand why you drink, when you drink, and how that pattern affects your moods, your performance, your relationships, and your mental clarity. So let me give you a more practical breakdown, something real, something you can actually use. Here I have 10 psychological and biological principles that explain the real impact of alcohol and why safe dose is a myth. Alcohol hijacks your dopamine system, giving you an artificial reward that teaches your brain to seek the chemical, not the emotion. Even tiny doses impair your sleep architecture, lowering next day energy, focus, and emotional control. Alcohol masks emotional problems, delaying the real solution. It alters your gut microbiome, which directly affects mood, motivation, and mental clarity. It disrupts hormones, lowering testosterone in men and affecting menstrual patterns and mood in women. It accelerates aging of the brain, shrinking areas related to memory and executive function. Knowing this, the question becomes, if every drink has a negative impact, why do you choose to drink at all? And that's the deeper truth. You must understand your relationship with alcohol, not just the quantity. So let me ask you directly, do you drink to celebrate or to escape? Your answer might reveal far more than you think. If alcohol is part of your identity, your social life, your coping mechanisms, or your evening routine, then the safe dose no longer depends on science. It depends on the emotional function alcohol plays in your life. But breaking the emotional dependence behind it. If alcohol never existed, what part of your life would immediately fall apart? Your ability to relax, your sleep, your relationship, your emotions? Whatever you answered, that's the area of your life that needs healing. You don't overcome alcohol by fighting the bottle. You overcome alcohol by strengthening the parts of yourself that alcohol temporarily replaces. And now, before you leave, I want you to reflect on one more thing. Do you believe there is such a thing as a safe dose, or have we all been lied to for decades? Tell me in the comments. I genuinely want to see your opinion. And if you want more deep psychological videos like this one, follow and like for more dark psychology, mental clarity, and life-changing truths.